What's up, YouTube? It's time for the second entry in my top 10 video game series. And today we're going to be covering one of my all-time favorite genres of games, and that is ninja action games. I can't get enough of them. They're some of my all-time favorites. I just love the style, the way they play. They tend to emphasize action over story almost always, and really just a great pick-up and play style of game that has had a long history over the years of video games. So in this video, I am going to show you my top 10 favorite ninja action games. However, I will say that I'm only representing one entry from each series, and several of these are parts of long-running series with several good entries in each. But to be fair, and to give you the most variety, I decided to pick 10 unique series for this video. So with that said, let's go ahead and get started with number 10. This one is pretty unknown, I would say. And this is a Turbo PC Engine, PC Engine Super CD game that was not released in America by the early arcade developer Nichibutsu. As far as I know, this is a exclusive to the console. It was not an arcade game. And this is called Ega Ninden Ghoul. Very, very stylish, great playing, perfect controlling ninja action game. Screenshots are a little small there. I'll try to zoom in on them for you. Overall, love the character art and style of this game. It's very low key. There was a much more popular ninja action game released for the PC Engine called Kazekiri. Most people tend to really love that game, but after I've played this one, Kazekiri can't hold a candle to this. So, highly recommended, Ega Ninden Ghoul, number 10. Number 9 was one that I almost hesitated to put in my top 10. It's not a traditional ninja action side-scrolling game, it's more of a beat-em-up, but due to the style and character art of this game, I had to include it, and that is Ninja Warriors by Taito. So the interesting thing about this game is this is a Super Nintendo / Super Famicom exclusive. There was an arcade game that Taito made called Ninja Warriors, but this is actually known in Japan as Ninja Warriors Again. It's kind of a completely refreshed, consoleized version of the game that isn't very much like the original arcade game at all. Very, very smooth beat 'em up for the system. Probably one of the best playing I've seen. Really nice art style. All three characters are ninjas, and robot ninjas at that. And really can't recommend this game enough. Very, very expensive game. Unfortunately, I'll zoom in for the artwork there. But the way this plays, easily one of the best beat 'em ups on the Super Nintendo. Slowdown is at an absolute minimum, and very, very cool game. Unfortunately, it is just a one-player game, but I think for any single player, you will love this game if you like beat 'em ups and ninja games. So number 9 is Ninja Warriors. Number 8 is the newest entry of these games in my collection, and really it prompted me to make this video. I was blown away by this game when I played it for the first time last week, and that is Ninja Blade for the Xbox 360. This is a super stylish game by From Software, and amazing how fast the action is in this game. Very little story to bog down the action. Like I said, just very much focuses on fast and furious action, crazy camera cuts. It's got a lot of QuickTime events mixed in if you enjoy QuickTime events, which I kind of do. Very nice Tokyo at Night style to it, and very cool ninja main character. Like I said, I really was not expecting much from this game. This is a very cheap game you can buy for 360, but I think this is a unheralded gem for the 360, and maybe someday this will be quite collectible. So overall, number 8, Ninja Blade. Number 7 is another ninja game that seems to fly way under the radar, and this is the DS game, Legend of Kage 2. If you've played Taito's Legend of Kage either in the arcade or on the NES, you know that it's all about high jumping action. This game keeps true to that. However, the graphics in this are very much modern style. Nice 2D look to them, very stylish sword play, cool characters, and very stylish, cool game. So I can't recommend this game enough for the DS. You can actually get this very, very cheap. Squaresoft put this out in the US, and it is incredibly cheap, but a lot of fun to play. So number 7, Legend of Kage 2. Number 6 is a arcade compilation in a way, but both of these games are worth a mention, and that is the Strider series. So this is Strider 2 for the PS1. This includes the classic arcade Strider game from 1989, and the sequel that also was an arcade game from the late 90s. Both of these are incredibly stylish games, a lot of anti-gravity type action and grappling hook type stuff going on, interesting sword play action mechanics, and very cool, fun, fast frenzy action, very much of the ninja style. So number 6 is Strider 2. Number 5 is a very cool ninja game on the NES, and that is Shadow of the Ninja. Again, very stylish, really pushes the NES with the graphics, a lot of fun to play, and I can also recommend Ninja Gaiden Shadow for the Game Boy, which is essentially the sequel to this game. Very, very cool as well, and that one almost made the list, but overall I think this one, because it's a home console game, gets the slight edge. So number 5, Shadow of the Ninja. Number 4 is unfortunately a very difficult game to come by, but it is incredible ninja action, and that is Ninja 5-0 for the Game Boy Advance. This is basically all of the classic NES-style action games put into a blender. So you have a mix of Shinobi and Ninja Gaiden type ninja action, you have some elevator action, side action quest type stuff going on, there's some Bionic Commando grappling hook type action, and really stylish, very much top-notch Game Boy Advance action here. So, for Ninja 5-0, I would say you are number 4 on my list. Nice job. Number 3 is probably my favorite of this long-running series. Actually, I would say it is my favorite. However, several of the other games in this series are also well worth a play, and that is Shinobi 3: Return of the Ninja Master. This game, you have to be very clever. It is fast action. However, you have to think a little bit as you play, because you have very limited shuriken, and you also have limited special weapon in this game. So you have to make sure you're using them at the proper time. Otherwise, you're stuck to hand-to-hand combat and close-range swordplay, which makes it very difficult. But overall, this is the smoothest playing of the Shinobi games on the Genesis, and really a nice entry in the series. Has some big boss battles in it. I don't know if you can see that very well, but that's one of my favorite bosses in this game. Very difficult. So I would definitely say Shinobi 3 earns number 3 on the Ninja Action game list. So we're getting to the tops here, and now we're going to go back to the TurboGrafx with the next entry in the series, and that is Ninja Spirit. This was originally an arcade game by Irem, and basically the TurboGrafx and PC Engine port of it is pretty much arcade perfect and even enhanced a little bit from the arcade version. Incredibly smooth playing game, very neat classic Japanese style to it, and very difficult, especially when you get to the upper levels in this. But overall, this one stands the test of time, and I give number 2 to Ninja Spirit. So some of you may be able to guess what I'm going to already pick for my number 1 ninja action game of all time, but I think it's really warranted because this game is worth all the hype it gets. Very, very difficult game, and of course I'm talking about the original Ninja Gaiden for NES. I can play this game non-stop. I've never been able to beat it as much as I try, but it's that replayability that just keeps you coming back. A lot of good memorization in this game, great style. Cutscenes were revolutionary for its time, and so many good things I can say about this game. I also like the series quite a bit. Of course, I can recommend some of the other games in the series, but sticking to an all-time favorites, I'm just going to go with the original and say Ninja Gaiden 1 as number 1 on my all-time ninja action games list. So, with that said, please leave me a comment, like, comment, subscribe to this video, and let me know what your top favorite ninja action games are. If there's anything I've missed, I would be happy to check them out, as like I said, this is one of my favorite genres, and I will talk to you soon. Have a great day or night, wherever you are.